Greetings everyone, and Grade here, with a off-stream recording of a Best of 7 series submitted to me by a user. Spawn on the top or just right side as the blue allies, we have Zerstoren. On the left side as the Cyan Empire, we have Fante. Let's see now, do got some doggos being floated on the field, eyeing for the northern oil derrick. On this map, this little less common map, there's oil derricks on the north and south side. It's a very symmetrical map, to say the least. We got the doggo advancing forward. Will the doggo bite and win against the dojo core? Probably not. It's not very good. It was trained at a young age not to chase cars, let alone a giant hovercraft field. You have a javelin troop now deployed on the field, eyeing the dojo core in just one eye for a crush move, but does stop there and receive a lot of rocket fire. And does go down, does have honorable discharge, unsuccessful with honorable discharge. Down south, got the doggo, does kill off the Imperial Warrior there. That dojo core will go down, may splash the oil derrick a little bit. Doggo does advance out onto land, goes around, does not try to go for the park there, unsuccessful. Dojo core does go down, bonsai charge coming forward, and javelin troop will be cleaned on up. We do have some more allied reinforcements up here, including people into a U.S. allied engineer, getting all the games mixed up. And now you put out that garrison, and there's a lot of other allied infantry on the field. Looks like blue will secure both oil derricks, though one of them will be not a full refund. The Empire player did lose a couple dojos up here. As was the dojo down south. Dojo core does not get a crush there. It does get a crush there. And that last one will get crushed up here. Nope, that's just a piece of dirt on my screen. I thought that was a dot there. Another peacekeeper does get crushed. Got 3 more here. Okay. That's a piece of dirt's now removed from my screen. How often does that happen to you all? Where you think you see something on your screen, but it's just simply a piece of dirt. Good crush there. I'm gonna crush some more of these peacekeepers. And now got the Vindicator to quickly deal with the dojo core. We've also got an Apollo out in the field as well. You have now a Striker VX on the field. The Apollo will be useful versus it, also not useful at the same time. Depends if it's Chopper VX or Striker VX. We do have this dojo core eyeing a setup right here. The allied player will spot this. Striker VX is pushed way forward, does get out a couple rockets there onto the Apollo. Vindicator is pushed way forward, eyeing the bomb down the Striker VXs there. Does get a good kill there, and does withdraw in time. Very good pick. We got now the Imperial Warrior does advance down south in this garrison. Could be cleared out. Maybe good idea just actually get inside the house here and just start blowing it open, because this is a cost ineffective engagement there for the ally player, and you really want to get that cleared out. Another instant dojo deployed on the field. We do have a sudden transport. Interesting. Has nothing loaded up in the moment. Does get one of the jet tangoos. Or Mecha Tengu's Jet Tengu will get shot down as well, so both of them do go down. Good picks there by the allied player. The Empire player lost too much, and on to the next replay. And here we are with game number 2. Spawn on south side as the blue random Soviets, Zerstoren. On top right side as the magenta Soviets, we have Fante, which is this dual random. Was the previous game also dual random? But this time, they're both random. We do have now the reactor going on up. We do have now the bear being pulled out of the field. Multiple bears. Over here, got multiple bears as well. 2 versus 2 bears. So it's going to be an unbearable fight up here between 2 equal weight heavyweights. Blue does get the first roar there. Bad roar there. And Magenta gets an easy roar there. So Magenta wins this engagement. Blue had a slight advantage, but then Magenta straight up win. These roars off cooldown there. Cash bounty will come forward. Design does get the clean up there, and that is Blue's cash bounty, I believe. And Magenta's bear roar did get off cooldown there and will give himself a free kill. 3 more bears for Magenta. We do have the Soviet engineer capturing up that oil derrick. Blue's bears are mutual kill there. So now it's relatively safe for that Soviet engineer advancing forward. The Soviet engineer is trying to advance him forward. He could potentially build a battle bunker to shoot everything that advances forward, but the battle bunker can still be cleared out by anti-garrison tools such as Molotovs. I don't think get bonsai shard or Peacekeeper shielded. Shield clear. Does clear out those forces there. Blue has a nice sizable force here. Does get another roar there. Terror drone advancing on forward. Does pick up more bears. Blue has a sizable infantry force here. A couple of sickles could be very handy, though the terror drone still poses a threat. The terror drone also likes eating bear meat. Its pincers are very good at eating through the gamey meat of the bear. A couple more bears up here. And do have a terror drone up front Magenta, which terror drones cannot eat other terror drones. Too gamey for each other, but the conscripts can still take out the terror drone. You have a sentry gun going on up, but looks like he's low on money. Molotov's immediately raining on out. This conscript does not finish off this bear. Got a terror drone infection here. Magenta's locked into his base. Is that a sickle? His economy's down half. He could solve some wall segments. Needs to get this what's called ore mine collecting. Does have this nice little snare there, trying to interrupt with a reactor. He needs to interrupt the terror drone. Sickle gets full on the field, not being focused down by the conscripts. Takes out the bears, outside of machine gun range, unable to get the terror drone just too quick. Takes out the sickle there. More walls going on up. Going to get another set of walls there. Got a sickle now blood with blue, so Magenta's now has less economy, getting harassed. Terror drones completely encaged, but now got sickles hitting both these terror drones or refineries or collectors. And with right now he has no income at the moment. We got a cash bounty that was there. Got a sickle fleet jump there. Gets a bit of damage there. And so right now he desperately needs his economy back up and growing. There's war collector needs to get past on the line. He probably should have grabbed some more loads of ore before holding off the line, and that is the end of game number 2. On to game number 3. And here is game number 3. Spawn on top right side as Blue Soviets, we have Zerstoren. Spawn on bottom left side as Red Empire, we have Fante. And both of them shows random again. I think that's like some sort of random tournament. So Empire versus Soviets. That map is... I've seen a lot of powerful allied placement, but neither player are allies. Both sides have some powerful naval assets in the form of the Akulu sub, Yari mini subs, tsunami tanks. This map's a bit laney. There's generally a bit more favor towards heavy armor, but the high mobility of the Empire player can overcome the laney nature. Bear does not get crushed there. Bear does camp this oil derrick now. He wants to play with some Empire engineers and doesn't get the kill there. That was a bit of a mistake. Could have got the kill there on the Imperial Warrior, then mutually exchange with the bonsai charge. And the Empire engineer will capture up this oil derrick. We have the Empire engineer here. He is immediately throwing some mag mines into this garrison. Who would have known that magnetic mines are very effective versus a wooden structure? That should prevent it from being de-garrisoned, or able to be garrisoned. Up here we do now have the burst drone advancing forward, trying to jump on top of some of these ore collectors. Does spot the reactor. Soviet MCV could advance out back out to sea. Garrison, just a small defensive force here of the Imperial Warriors. We got a handful of bears, sickle on script. Full frog, a mixed force, nothing too heavy. Though it's much heavier than the Imperial Warriors. We got these jet Tengus flying about as well. Down south, we do have the bear trying to deny the expansion. Very nice. It's just the reactor, not the MCV. MCV's not hitting the high ground. And now I do have an instant generator. Not a big surprise. This could be the Mecha Bay research. It's going pretty slow, so I believe that is the Mecha Bay research. Conscript eyeing for some Molotovs here. Will get intercepted. That's his only conscript there to clear out that garrison. Of course, it is a minor loss. It's only conscripts are dirt cheap, and their cost and the capabilities even reflect it being even overpriced, honestly. Sickle does jump on forward, does get a bit of damage here. There is a tank buster inside the garrison. Air drones are eating the Imperial Warriors. It does inside the garrison there. There's 2 Imperial Warriors and 1 tank buster in there. Sickle's seeing quite a bit of damage there. Oh, the Terror drone gets sniped through the garrison. Maybe it was that one that was right there. Sickle does flee jump away. Bear now seeing some fire. Sickle does go down. These infantry units were de-garrisoned. The tank buster is eventually won, and we'll go ahead and play a game of whack-a-mole. We do not have the Striker VX push way forward, and the Bullfrog will get surrounded and pinned down. Does not get the effect of the aerodrome surprise, and nor that one there either. Striker VX is going to get some great damage here. He needs some more Bullfrogs and more Hammer Tanks, just more of a ground force. You have expansion coming out for the Soviet player as well. It is now complete. This will give him significant economic advantage, but right now he needs to hold the line. First on way over here. That may be a MiG, not a twin blade. That is a twin blade, not a MiG. Which it won't really last all too long versus composition. Jet Tengus could just stay in the air, the Striker vehicles can just avoid me on the ground. In fact, transform the ground will still be a good engagement for them. Got some flak troopers inside of the refinery line, very nice. So the MC's making his advance. You could blow some turrets, flak tower, or sentry gun could be useful. A sentry gun right here could provide quite a bit of covering fire along the entire ramp. Not every day you see Soviet MCV eyeing for a base push. Jet Tengus do transform there. They're going to get vulnerable to the Striker VXs there. Let's transform the Chopper VXs, Striker VXs. Infects here. Soviet MCV trying to open some crushers here. Does take out some of these forces now. Does not get additional infect there. Soviet MCV has to be quite a bit of damage there. Does have able to transform. Needs a MiG or 2 in the air. Does have some Bullfrogs on the ground. Soviet MCV is severely damaged. Bullfrogs needs some great damage on the Striker VXs. Bear here, going for a barracks now. Bullfrog will be picking on off. Twin blade advance on forward. Needs another Bullfrog. Too bad that Bullfrog was close to the Hammer Tank. Does steal its own weapon. Sells off the MCV there, trying to throw the engineer inside the observation post. Was successful. Hammer Tank falling on back. So we got a similar economy for both sides, or the same economy really. Right now, the Soviet player's been being picked off one at a time. We got quite a bit of Air Force here. He needs some more Bullfrogs. Escorted by Hammer Tanks. Twin blades push forward and trying to harass this economy. Only one Bullfrog in the air. Striker VX could focus it down. Bullfrogs taking out some of the Striker VXs now. Now it stays alive, didn't take time to siphon up that weapon either. It's another Striker VX. There's only one Striker VX left in the air. Striker VX. I'm getting all the names mixed up, aren't I? And both of those twin blades do go down. And also the Soviet player does back the game now. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on the next replay. And here we are, game number 4. Spawn on the top right side as the blue allies. We have Zerstoren. I probably should really take a moment to look at that name. Zerstoren. That's probably the best I can pronounce it. And spawn on the bottom left side as the orange Empire. We have Fante. You now have the instant generator going on up, as well as the dojo core. We got this boot camp deployed in the field. Eyeing for some doggos to secure up this oil derrick. Dojo core, maybe eyeing to advance over there. It's skimming this edge of the cliff face. Got some doggos going around in the high ground to spot some stuff. More dojo cores I'm set up over here. So we got dojo core here to crush the doggo. And this doggo is heading back on home. We got this oil derrick captured on up. Got laser lock javelins here. And there is an Imperial Warrior there. We'll find the dog and does not get a bonsai charge there. Does get a bonsai charge there, so the dog does pick up those 2 Imperial Warriors. All the javelin troops get some good work. No Imperial Engineer here just yet. Got some javelin troops going inside the garrison. And the dog does go down. Try to go for a bark there. Should be able to clear out the garrison. It will probably clear out the, okay, both of those javelin troops went down at the same time. That maybe it's sort of bug in the replay. I'm not sure what's going on there. Peacekeepers may want to take time to clear out the garrison. If he kills off the oil derrick, that'd be great. That will be worth it. More Imperial Warriors trying just get inside the garrison. He does get some good garrison pressure there, but he's slowly cleaned on up, trying to laser lock down instant dojo. That is a little bit risky because the bonsai charge could pick off the javelin troop there. Sells it off there. And those other peacekeepers are down, but I think the javelin troop inside the garrison is still fine. He's hit that oil derrick now. No, he's going greedy. After all, America needs its oil. As does United Kingdom. Germany needs Russia's natural gas. Okay, that was a bit called for. Instant dojo, now receiving some fire from the Peacekeeper. Got some... I'm not sure, that may have been bombing around on top of a burst drone, it looks like. Javelin troop does go down there. So has a javelin troop inside this garrison. Now we do have a turret push coming out by the MCV, by the allied player. Garrison was cleaned up. MCV should be able to crush through this wall segment or utilize it to his advantage. Apollo is camping the mecha bay now. Based on slow production, this looks like a upgrade. And he's going up around the cliff face. Does take out, I think that's a Mecha Tengu. First Mortigana turret being deployed on out. Imperial Warriors advancing forward. They may just want to clear out the gear. He's going to try to capture up the oil derrick himself. Instant generator spotted. That's something he does want to see. It means he's not pulling out any counter threat. He may not be aware of the construction yard yet. Mortigana turret firing away against the mecha bay. I think he knows of the construction yard being close by. He could go for a boot camp as well. Sells off the NCV. He does sell off the NCV to get the engineer as well as some credits going. He hopefully that's a tsunami tank. Tsunami tank now pull on the field with the repairs from the mecha bay. These things can withstand quite a bit of abuse. And Striker VX needs to get back on home. We do have now the Apollo. Does not take out the tsunami tank there. Does use an deflector. Get repaired on up. Striker VX does transform to get out of there, but likely will get shot down. Tsunami tank does spot the MCV. May want a good idea to start putting some pressure onto it. Does have some tsunami tank buses here that can quickly focus down any multi-gun turret there. Packs up Island Runaway. Does not have the garage here for repairs. Charging forward. Does lose the tsunami tank to the charge. It's not a bonsai charge, but something a little bit heavier. MCV being poorly micro there, receiving quite a bit of damage. Indicator does go down there. Makes those Trucker VX there. MCV does go down. Does go and play some whack-a-mole. He does not have an armor facility. Wait, Empire player backed out of the game? Maybe a little bit too premature. He's only had an airfield. Maybe it's Mecha Bay. He couldn't feel like he could produce enough Striker VX to deal with the air forces. Maybe. I think he backed out the game too early that one. Either way, this Angrade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. And here we are with game number 5. Spawn bottom side as the Blue Empire, we have Zerstoren. On the north side as the Orange Empire, we have Fante. Both players now Empire, so we're going to see a bit of a mirror matchup. We do have the instant generators being pulled out. We have 2, 3 instant dojos here. And there's the refineries. Up here we do have 1, 2, 3 instant dojos as well, so same build openers. But we see a fast expansion by the player. We got 4th dojo core down here, so that's going to be a slight difference in build orders. This is not eyeing for a faster additional refinery. Instant dojo is pursuing the instant dojo. Over here, we do have the instant dojo set on up, and it will be pursued by the instant dojo. Got the instant dojo coming on support the instant dojo. Up here, we do got the instant dojo deployed on the field, and no instant dojo here to support without the instant dojo. Trying to body block the engineer. It may be successful. It's going to be a bit messy. Does throw out some wall seconds there. I wonder if there's a angle for stuff to push one forward. Pulls on another wall segment. Does get the capture there. Does get the capture there. You got instant dojo now deployed on the field. We may see an instant dojo deployed out on the field. You may want to keep this one undeployed to crush anything that advances forward. Does go from some wall segments here. Goes for a burst drone. Doesn't crush the burst drone. It's flying, or hovering. Flappy is an ornithopter. We do not have a bonsai charge there, and no mutual kill. Oh no, there was more or less a mutual kill there. A mutual trade, really. Here comes tank busters. Fine, hit the instant dojo. Instant dojo will be cleaned on up. Looks like Orange will lose both oil derricks. He does do a proper bonsai charge there. Does get mutual trade, but that's good for Blue. That means he can secure up the instant dojo. And that is Blue's burst drone there. There's the capture there. He may just, Orange could just sell off these wall segments, get a bit of a cash refund. This oil derrick slowly going on down. If there is Imperial Warrior here, he may want to evacuate it and bonsai charge in here, but there's looks like 2 Imperial Warriors inside this garrison. Mechatengus are flying about. Yep. Oh, there's also 1 tank buster. And I'm pretty sure there's 2 Imperial Warriors inside this one. Yes, there is. Oh. We do have that instant... Was that an instant dojo or Mecha Bay? Does take out the burst drone there. We have instant dojo here, putting up some wall segments. That's probably going to be an engineer cap. Does he realize it? And there's engineer. It comes down the wrong side of the building. It could be sniped. Doesn't get properly sniped. Does get sniped now. We do not have the ore collector receiving a bit of fire. Does lose that ore collector there. There's 4 Mechatengus for Orange, 3 for Blue. Oh. It does sell off the refinery time. Does take out the engineer, but does lose the Imperial Warrior. And now that Imperial Warrior could be cleaned up by the ore collector. He could actually pass that ore collector over here. And then eye for another expansion. Don't need to rebuild an ore collector. Lost 1 ore collector, 1 refinery. Consolidate. Which he is. We do got a good number of wall segments being rebuilt over here. Blue looks like it's doing just fine. Orange is having a bit of trouble. Oh, and looks like the MCV gets sold off. There's the engineer on to perhaps... Can't capture up that. Can't capture up this. So, I'm for the observation post. Got the Mechatengus engaging the Mechatengus. Orange has more Mechatengus on the field. Honorable discharge was good. Takes out that one. No, it does not. Ore collector being pushed on forward over here. He could be sent back to the refinery, but there's just too many Mechatengus in this region. Can't crush the Mechatengus if they're on LSC. Saves his Mechatengus. Could transform to pick that one off. And Orange only one refinery has no MCV, so his losses are much more permanent. Blue, however, is on the same economy right now with the ore collector not being tasked back on the line. First, I'm seeing a bit of attrition damage there. Oh, and this ore collector has not been properly retasked. That needs to be retasked. Engineer does go down right there. And he has not properly retasked his ore collector. He can get out some more income if he properly retasks it, because right now he has less than one, less than half of one. When it comes to economy refining bases. He does get this retasked now. I think his opponent actually alerted him about that issue by simply attacking him. Looks up 2 wounded mecha tengus. Got these wounded ones being focused down as well. No, the heroic one has not been focused down. Looks on the heroic one now. Got 2v1. The elite one looks like will win out, but he does have some reinforced here. And Orange is back in the game now. This Anagrade saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to the next replay. And here we are with game number 6. Spawn on the left side or the right side as the Blue Empire. We have Zerstoren. Spawn on the left side as the Magenta allies. We have Fante. Oh, Empire versus allies. This map, I think, is good for both. Empire, I seem to do quite well on this map. Not ways for air forces to fly about. We do have, of course, the oil derricks in the center of the map. Dojo cores are migrating up there now, as well as the refinery to the refining location. Doggo pushes way forward as well. Got some javelin troopers here. Some peacekeepers as well. No U.S. engineer yet, or allied engineer. That's probably him now. And gullible when I get a YouTube subscription notifications when not even live streaming. Because that's, I don't know why, but how I have those notifications set up, I can receive those sounds when offline, assuming I have OBS open. It's a little bit disturbing, honestly. We do now have the instant dojo deployed on the field. We do have the instant dojo trying to crush the doggy. Doggy's in a hard to get position, does throw walls in there, and the dog doesn't like a giant wall coming out in front of his feet, so he runs straight into the hovering, crushing death. Bonsai charge, charging forward, trying to intercept these javelin troops there. Does spot the doggos. Does inside the garrison. Instant dojo pushing over here as well. Some of these doggos may get crushed by the instant dojo. There's one. Does get crushed. And the allied player is now kept with the refiner or oil derrick. We'll find one peacekeeper there. Miss the other one. Gets a javelin troop. Finds another peacekeeper there, so that was a good run. Bonza charge. Does kill off the javelin troop. Gets side of the garrison. More bonsai charges handing on forward. No shield micro. Oh, I was going to say no shield micro, but he does pull them in the last moment. And now these peacekeepers are going to get focused down. Very good. The elite one will get crushed. Big victories there for the Empire player. Vindicator eyeing upon Vincent Dojo, unsuccessful. Apollo gets some good damage here. Does go interrupt a little bit. Does no side lost any units. Got another Apollo push way forward. The Mecha Tinker's just going to drive us way back home. We do have a Vindicator here ready to kill off the Empire Engineer. You might want to give that pause. He does pause it now. You now have these Mecha Tengus or Jet Tengus push way forward. He's pick off that Vindicator. He's eyeing for the Vindicator. The Apollo's engaged as well. Vindicator does get forced back. There's the Engineer. Does transform away. There's still possibility Vindicator come back. He does not stop the Engineer. Allied MCV is now in the center of the map, eyeing the turret push his opponent. And he's getting this other garrison. There's quite a bit of garrison space there, so potentially getting some tank busters there could not be half bad. The problem is Multi-gun turrets going to be on the field, and they're good versus everything. Now the allied MCV is receiving damage from all directions, barring from above and below, and from this way, and this way. Reminds me of one Team Fortress 2 quotes. We have you surrounded, at least from this side. We do now have the multi-gunner turret. Gains some good damage there. Does use honorable discharge, help clean it up. MCV gains some good crush there on the Empire tank busters, so take out a couple of them there. Finish up all the infrastructure there from Magenta. Still got the Apollo here, taking out the tank busters. Jet Tengus, Mega Tengus slowly whittling down. Got some more tank busters being brought in. Actually being brought in from, I think that it's in Dojo that was up there. Allied player has captured this Oil Derrick there. Camp going up, needs some doggos. And MCV does go down, does take out the engineer, and the Allied player does back the game now, which leaves the one last game. And here we are with a one last game. Winner takes all. Spawn on the top right side as Blue Soviets. We have Zerstoren. Spawn on the bottom left side as Red Allies, or Empire. We have Fante. So no allies, which I'm fine with that. We got pair boot camps or barracks being put on the field, going for some bears. We may see some aggression to the Twin Towers. Instant dojos being put on the field. Bears are not going to be useful versus instant dojos. The bears do spot a instant dojo. Scatters. We do now have the conscripts push way forward. The bears can't engage instant dojos. It's not the commander's challenge, where there's those giant bears that can hit vehicles. Instant dojo advancing forward. These conscripts are going to do minimal damage. The flak trooper's not exactly great, honestly. And we'll have a bit of trouble getting some damage onto it as well. Does pick off one of the Imperial warriors there. Conscripts can sign the garrisons. Flak trooper may get inside the garrisons as well, or pull off some mag mines. And the bears camping the instant dojo. Big losses there for red. And there goes the instant dojo. Bear may have been camping this instant dojo as well. Big losses there for red. He can still pull out a good game. We do have a Mecha Bay being put on the field. He needs to get some infantry assets. He can, which an Ore Collector could be useful for that. Going for an instant dojo here. Doesn't have this garrison. Got the Aurora there. Does do a bonsai charge on that one. Does take out the instant dojo there. Mutual kill down the bears. There's no more bears remaining. Expiring that one. That came from the opposite direction. Alright, now eyeing for some wall segments. You need some Mecha Tengus. We got a good number of conscripts on the field. Maltas are going to clean up the garrison. These guys are going to get a bit of a somersault. They may take a bit of damage there. Nope, none of the damage. Big line of wall segments there. And if a Jet Tinker was able to camp around the Mecha Bay, then he doesn't have to worry about the Terror Drones getting any infects. So he still has to worry about the snares. There are some more wall segments there. He looks designed for some more wall segments. That's not a Defender Core. Running low on economy. Ore refineries receiving massive fire. This wall segment still not fully built. Takes off some of the conscripts. Gets snared. There's the wall segment now fully built. Terror Drone does get killed off. Got a single Mecha Tingle to pull the line. Good Molotov throws there onto the wall segments. So he's splitting his fire. This one wall segment is actually a bit more wounded. Sickle not on field. Ready to jump on in. Trying to double layer the walls. Unsuccessful. Now got the Ore Collector firing away. Quickly able to get all those conscripts. And no tank buster surprise or Terror Drone surprise. So red has held up. Took a bit of a beating there. Maybe was designed for a core of some sort. Could be instant dojo for an engineer. There's some garrisons here. It sounds like there's flak troopers inside. I'm not sure how many. Let's take a look. One flak trooper, 2 conscripts. Jet Tengus flying about. Do have a sentry gun here. No dispenser, though. War Refinery, not seeing a bit of fire there, but does, and one of the good snares there. The MCVs are crushing. He could use a Leech Beam there to get extra gun going. Any gun will be useful. An anti-infantry weapon for the hammer tanks wouldn't be half bad, help engage tank busters. Now it's trying to hit this oil derrick. Red has lost his already. More hammer tanks being deployed on the field. We do have these Imperial Warriors advancing on forward and backwards. Got a tank buster here. He may want to get on the eye for the garrison. There's only enough room for 5. Tank buster gets left out. Only unit you probably want to not get left out as well. More tank busters being deployed on the field. Got a good number of hammer tanks. Does go ahead and burrow right there. Imperial Warriors trying to pick off the terror drone. Tank busters gain some damage there. He does go and hop down the hole. Does bonsai charge into the garrison? Very good. There's one that's on the other side of the garrison still alive as well. Everything's falling back. Both of them are quite wounded. They do fall back now. Up here we do have a Mecha Tengu. Now I do got the Leech Beam coming on forward as well onto the civilian structure. Lose out the garrison. Will be able to get himself a free gun. The anti-infantry weapon lies beforehand will be useful against those various infantry forces. We do now have snow tanks and as well as Mecha Tengus forward with the point defense drone. Bear push way forward. Does get a decent roar there. Doesn't get any kills. Conscript's going to slowly pick off some of these tank busters. He probably could just kept that conscript there, honestly. Take some more pot shots. Yes, sir, strike. It's that air conscript. Does not hit the tank buster, so good dodge there by the Empire player. Windblade's advancing forward. He does needs a bullfrog in this region. Does reverse remove away 3 bullfrogs in the region. Some good damage there. Infect onto the Slam tank. His Nano Reflector will, of course, give us some good health regen to counteract it. Got garrisons fighting garrisons now. Slam tank will go down. The Terror Drone does get picked off by the tank buster. Does throw a mag mine before dying. Very good. Almost takes out that Mega Tengu. Twin Blades advancing on forward. Your Warriors, Tank Busters, Striker VX, and good number of Slam tanks here. Red has a sizable force, has expansion down here and up here. Blue player only has expansion right here, repairing up some of the wall segments as well. But right now the Empire player will have more economy, but the blue player still has an oil derrick. They'll count for as a counterbalance. Conscript's now trying to grab the garrison, does abandon the garrison there, and there's a mutual trade there now. Trying to clear out this garrison as well. And he will get killed off. The roar was there, ready to hit anything that comes out, but luckily it was Flaming Corpse. The Empire player has a good amount of units here. Does clean up that tower there, so it can make sure there's minimal pathing issues. The Soviet player has minimal force, ground force right now. The Empire player has a massive ground force. We got also a piece of debris shooting off into space. Hammer tank advance on forward. This one does not have the extra gun. This one does have the anti-infantry weapon. Molotov push way forward. Hammer tank's iron and the bullfrogs is iron for his opponent's base. MCB push way forward. Get some great crush moves. Will lose good numbers of force there. Hammer tanks are in the inside his opponent's base now. Snom tank's not probably pursuing. Does get some crushes here. No additional crushes. And this may be all in for the Soviet player. He does advance out, trying to hit the expansion here. Does take out the War Collector. More ham tanks should be streamed on in. He needs to start collecting up for defense. He does have a Crusher Crane on the field, so Sputniks can be utilized for expansions. Naval expansion here will go down. I don't think it's going to have any Sea Wings anytime soon. Hammer tanks push right forward. Got some snares here as well. Multiple hammer tanks engaging. But overall, the hammer tanks are severely outnumbered. Infects will be used from the Terror drones. Now the hammer tank pull out on field. Point defense drones providing a lot of extra durability, and all those hammer tanks do go down. Naval expansion does go down. No anti-aircraft here for the moment. Soaking up with bullfrogs by anti-aircraft. Takes out the Crusher Crane. Air drone comes out, gets sniped. Another Twin Blade does get sniped as well. So if player doesn't play with, he needs to do a base trade. Does have a barracks up here. Maybe to pull out mass units from the barracks. And Empire MCVs eyeing to pack up and make an escape. Terror drone does connect. Multiple Terror drones are cleaving their way through forces. Does get one of the heroic hammer tanks, tsunami tanks infected there. Just a barracks remaining for the Soviet player. Just spam out for some flak troopers, I would say. Twin Blades will go down. Bullfrog goes down. And looks like Fante does secure the win. This is Grade saying thank you for watching and have a good day.